So it says on the app it's going to rain, thunderstorm and everything, so I've got a 34-mile ride to do, which isn't a massive ride, but I want to get round and done before it starts raining. But you know what it's like on this channel, no chance. Hey everyone, I hope you're all well and welcome back to another video. I'd planned to take my bike on the last camp, but the weather had other ideas, so I went for a walk on the beach that could have potentially blown me up. It's a great little video with a lovely campsite tour, so after this video, why not crack open another drink and head over to watch that one. This week, I'm heading to North Yorkshire and I'm taking my bike with me this time, and I'm hoping to get a good 30-mile bike ride in, and fingers crossed the weather will be on my side. Stay tuned for the all-important campsite tour, Colin answers your question section, and the inevitable outtakes at the end. Nice. You've probably already figured out I'm going on a bike ride, about 30 miles, don't know what the weather's going to do, says it's going to be nasty. All the biking excuses are coming out right now. Hay fever, just had a cough, I did the patio with the jet wash last night, I'm hungry, I'm not feeling very strong, all of the usual stuff, but I'm going to take you along on the ride. The summer bike is out, which is lovely and lush, don't make me any faster, as I've found out recently. And I'm sorry you had to see me, or you have to see me in my Lycra. Lovely check-in process, you just pull up at a tree, phone them up, and they say, go into part C or whatever. Lovely. Right, let's get my shizzle together and get out on this bike ride before it starts raining.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Right then, sorry about the audio, it's literally straight from camera. So it says on the app it's going to rain, thunderstorm and everything, so I've got a 34-mile ride to do, which isn't a massive ride, but I want to get round and done before it starts raining. But you know what it's like on this channel, no chance. Right, let's go get this hill done. Nice. Sorry if there's wind noise, but I'm over the top. This is proper nice. This is what I do it for, and it's pretty much undulating all the way downhill, and that's why I do the climbs, because it's just lovely to know that you've got a nice downhill going back and some beers in fridge. I'm about 4 miles from campsite, and I thought to myself, now's the time to find a cafe to go for a coffee. Not found one, gutted. Well, that was a nice ride. It's a shame that I don't live around here and I'm about an hour and a half away, because I'd love to do that ride again. I might see if I can find another campsite in this area. There are a few actually that I passed that I thought actually I could stay here. And then I did consider cycling on another mile, because there's a pub. I think it's called the Crown Inn or Rose and Crown or something. It's about a mile that way. Walkable totally, but it's quite a main road, so you just have to be careful. But yeah, this campsite's lovely, it's quiet. So I'm pretty much sorted now. I finished my Coca-Cola, I put most of my stuff into this bag, and when I go get a shower, I'll take all this off and put it in this bag, so then any smells and or sweatiness and or condensation from said sweat doesn't end up in the van. I do that with my walking clothes as well, but yeah, I think that's a great little idea. So I'm going to jump in the shower. Oh, another thing as well, what I've done is I've taken the wheels off the bike and I've put the bike in the front, on the front seats. Genius idea, never done that before. So I'll put it in there just for security, which is fine, and then shower time. So I shall see you in a bit. Okay, see you, bye. That was a lovely shower, I'll be honest with you. I'm a bit at twos and fro's with having to pay £1 to have a shower, and it's £1 for 5 minutes. However, I do also understand that, you know, a power shower that's electric costs a fortune and people will take the mick. Certainly like my daughter, she'd be in the shower for an hour. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if she's limited to 5 minutes because she's paid £1, then she's going to do it quicker. Just like I did. I got in, I got soaped up, I got washed, and I were out. In fact, I were done before the 5 minutes were up. Although I think I'm all right with it, you let me know in the comment section below what you think about campsites charging extra for showers. Those who watched last week's video about power banks, it was a non-sponsored look at all of the power banks that I've got in the van and that I use quite often. I thought it'd be good to let you guys know how much power I'm using in the van because we are off-grid. When I'm driving, I've got my fridge on full blast. I put everything in the fridge cold already, so the fridge doesn't have to work hard. And now what I've done, now I'm camped up and everything's freezing cold in the fridge, is I put that down to the minimum setting, so it's not using loads of power. I'm down to 94% on my lithium-ion battery, the leisure battery, which is ace. I've still got 100% on my Delta 2 EcoFlow, and I'll keep you updated on how much power I'm using. The idea was to use the induction hob today to cook on. However, I've forgotten my extension lead and I don't want to cook in the van. I only cook in the van when I absolutely have to, when it's raining and things like that, because again, I don't like smells. I've told you many times that I don't like smells in the van. Sometimes I can cook and then the next day there's no smell. I'm like, that's genius, absolute genius. But then sometimes I'll cook in the van and the smell lingers for ages and I'll go away and I'll come back and I'll get back in the van. I'm like, still smells like burnt burgers. Right. I'm feeling camped now because I've got my chair out and my mat. I just need to pin that down, otherwise I think it'll blow away. Get the fire pit set up and then get some dinner on. Yes, it's all about dinner. It's all about dinner. I'm making myself a curry and poppadoms. It's nice and straightforward. I don't have to cook rice, which means I don't have to clean the rice pan. And the curry is literally just the meat and the sauce and then poppadoms to dip in. Perfect. In fact, I'm making myself hungry. And probably you now watching this, you'll be nipping off, press pause, go get a snack. Lovely, see you, bye. Also, I've just got the table out that I bought from the Caravan and Camping Show way back when that I said, I'll tell you what I bought, and I never did. So yeah, that's just a tiny little table just back there, and it's lovely. You can put it higher and stuff like that, and it's on legs, and there's a little thing underneath to put things on and all that. It's lovely, I like it. It's just a lot smaller to go in the van, takes up less space, and it's perfect. One thing I have noticed though, is that the pegs, I'll do a bit of B-roll, won't go fully in, and I've forgotten my hammer. So I reckon later on, after a beer or three, I'm going to go full deckage over them. Done and dusted. Can't wait to get smashed into that. Got my poppadoms. Oh yes. Let's have a quick test. I just had to retreat into the van because the rain started to come down. I think that might be the order of the evening looking at the weather forecast. However, there is a bit of Bluefit Dads up there, so I'm holding on to that just in case. And I think it's just a case of spend as much time outside as I possibly can, enjoying it, and then when it starts raining, jumping in the van. However, I use my time productively. I've set the bed up, that's all ready to go. No sleeping bag at all this time, although I have got it out just in case it does drop, but I think I'll be absolutely fine. Usually, after the back end of April, beginning of May, just one fleece is normally enough for me. But that's about it really. I'm going to get some music on, I'm going to get the fire pit lit, and I'm going to chill the night away. Why not? Why not? Nice. The fire is going, beer is in hand, my legs are hurting, but in a good way, and now it's just chill time. What is weird camping at this time of year is how light it still is. You know, in winter it's usually pitch black by now, and having the fire pit is like having the extra light and stuff at night. But I can see sheep here, I can see tractors over there. I think it's time to put some metal music on.
Yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration.
Right then, it's time for the section. Colin answered your questions. So let's answer some of your questions. Lovely. Question number 1. What kind of bands are you into? It's quite an eclectic mix. I'll keep it small just to give you an idea, but Amaranth, Spirit Box, Sleep Token, Rage Against the Machine, obviously, bit of Pink Floyd. Yeah, let's leave it at that to give you an overall idea of the kind of music that I'm into. Another question that I get asked quite a lot is how do you find campsites? Now, I have got a few different ways of doing it, and my favourite way of doing it is zoning in on Google Maps an area where I want to go, let's say for argument's sake the Lake District, and then typing in the search bar, instead of the destination that you want to go, type in campsites. And what it will do is anybody who's registered to be on Google as a campsite, it will appear, and then you can zoom in on those, and then you can click on them, go to their websites and things like that, check them out and see if they've got everything that you would want them to have. Sometimes I use PitchUp, pitchup.com. I think I found this one on pitchup.com. A lot of the ones that I've found that aren't on Google that are actually really nice places that out in the middle of nowhere like this one have been on PitchUp, which is, you know, that's it. And that's mostly how I find campsites that I make videos on. And the final question on the Colin Answers Your Questions section is, why do you keep your pop top down? Now in summer I'll have the pop top up all the time because I use that as my primary bed because I can't be bothered setting up the bed downstairs all the time. But in winter I like to keep the van as warm as possible, and with the pop top down it just stays warm. It's so much warmer, and with the pop top up obviously it's like being in a tent, so there's no real kind of thermal properties. I do have a pop top wrap which I tend to use at this time of year, so May into May, June, because like the temperature drops a little bit at night time, so it's nice to have that thermal wrap. And then sometimes the thermal wrap will go on the other way, reflecting the light away, because my pop top is black and it is like an oven in there some mornings, certainly in August. But yeah, that's the only reason that I have the pop top down, is just to keep it warmer in there on colder nights. Like, it's been lovely and warm today, it's been between 18 and 20 degrees, but right now it's 10 degrees and overnight it'll probably drop to about 5. So being in the pop top, not really ideal. So I keep the lid down, go to sleep downstairs, which obviously there's a faff of setting the bed up, but it's a camper van. There's always a faff in a camper van at some point. You just have to get used to it. And then eventually I'll go into the pop top and leave everything set up downstairs, which is lovely. I much prefer that. So yeah, that's it. A nice short Colin Answers Your Question section. I hope that helps. If you've got any more questions, and I do try to answer as many as I can, pop them in the comment section below, and I'll either address them in a future video or reply to them via the means of texting and stuffs. So I've just been talking to the campsite owner, Andy. What a lovely chap he is. Could have listened to his stories all night. He came walking his dogs, his 2 labs. I think one's 8 and one's 12. And he was just saying how he likes the simple fact of this campsite. We've got the campsite talk coming up a little bit later on, but he said the simple fact of this campsite is it's not the shop and the cafe and the pizza oven and everything. It's a field that you can come and camp in with a campfire and chill, you know, kick back, relax, listen to nature and stuff. And he says he's always wanted it to be like that, and I like that. I love that about it. I think there's a lot to be said for campsites like this. Yeah, that's my piece anyway. Right then, it's, yeah, 11:30. It's time to go to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Awesome sleep last night. And while I pack the van away and get it ready to go, it's time for your campsite tour. But don't forget to stay tuned, because I'm going to let you know after the campsite tour how much power I've actually used in the van while I've been staying in it. Okay, enjoy it. It's nice. See you, bye. Hob Ground Campsite is a small dog-friendly, tree-lined, family-run campsite tucked away in the foothills of Malton. About 40-minute drive to either York or Scarborough, and just a 10-minute drive from the family resort Flamingo Land. I was allocated Campground C after a quick call to reception from the tree on my way in, and the views from here are lovely. There are no hard standing pitches on site, but I actually prefer to camp on grass as long as it's not too boggy. There are 2 shower and toilet cabins, one near my pitch and the other in a separate field about 50 yards away. The showers were clean and looked after, but you do have to pay an extra £1 for 5 minutes in the shower should you wish to use them. There was a Nelson point, but for some reason I didn't film it, an outdoor sink area for washing pots and refilling your water bottles, and a couple of waste bins too. This is a pretty simple yet endearing site that doesn't have a shop, pizza ovens, Wi-Fi or bar, but there was something about this that I really liked. Personally, I think there are lots of advantages to visiting campsites that is simply just pull up, camp and chill. Fire pits and barbecues are okay to bring as long as they're raised off the ground, and while filming my campsite tour I realised that there was actually somebody else camping in a different field, but I think they were far enough away from me not to see me dancing or talking to myself on camera. I paid just £22 for one night stay, and for me it was worth every penny. A lovely site to ride my bike from and to simply sit and chill. And before you go, it would be brilliant if you could pause this video in a minute and hit that subscribe button, as it really does help the channel to keep creating more content like this for you watching right now. Stay tuned to find out what power I have left in the van, and for the all important outtakes at the end. Nice. So as promised, I'm going to update you on what's left in my leisure battery and my EcoFlow, having spent a night in the van. I boiled 2 kettles. In the leisure battery I've got 89%, and now that's just been running the lights and the fridge. And in the EcoFlow I've got 79%, but it is charging. I'm getting about 40 watts of charge at the moment, and it's quite a cloudy day, I'll be honest with you, and I'm near the trees, so 40 watts is all right. It's better than nothing. That'll be fully charged by the time I get home. Anyway, right, I'm waffling now. I shall see you guys on the next adventure, wherever that may be. See you, bye. You probably already noticed, you probably already figured out. Chick chick the chick 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 chick. Yeah. Helps if you record, doesn't it, Col? Brilliant. Oh, wow. Wow, what's that? Well, that was a nice shot. 1 2 1 2. Hey, have we got audio? 1 2 1 2 1. Oh, I don't know if display is on. That's why. In camping, I don't care. All I did was just run some water through it. Check check check. 1 2. Furry head and everything. Brilliant. I'm hungry. I could eat a horse. Is it beer o'clock yet? 5 o'clock? Yep. So I think that's the order. I've got freaking crisp right under my lip. Now behave and don't send smoke into my face. Whatever they're called, making noises. Actually, it looks like I'm doing something really rude right now. Guitarist. Right, stitch those bad boys together. And about 2 minutes ago, the field over there looked amazing with the sunlight on it, and now it's gone, so I can't show you. So here's what you could have won. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello down your horses. Oh, I sound like an idiot. I think that's kind of mother and son, or something, I don't know. I think definitely son, from what I can see. Down Danglies.